two of our big bets, man. So stoked about it, dude. How you doing, Mr. B?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Just came back to had 2 days of business and some pleasure in Las Vegas. Cashed some roulette. Cashed the first NFL touchdown with OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr.'s cashed that bet for me with the Rams. So $20
Oh,
made $260 at MGM casinos. I was super stoked, especially after
man.
cashing our big bets this weekend, bro. So stoked to have you here, Mr. B. Crazy. Looks like Haps
Yeah,
changed a little bit, huh? It looks like my screen got. It looks like we're widescreen again, huh? A little bit.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it looks that
So
way.
it's a little bit wider than I like. I would have made it a more I would have made it up and down if I would have known it was going to go this wide again. But nice to see that Haps, Pablo, Peter, and all of them are doing work and making it a little bit back to the old school Haps that was really good. So appreciate all you guys here
Definitely.
live with us. Want to shout out Melon Brand Hats. It's a luxury line of hats that my boy Brian McDonald's one of the co-founders. That's MELIN.com. Melon Brand Hats, MELIN.com. It's really cool stuff, man. Some of them are floatable, waterproof materials, like the one on my head. It's called the Clarity Watermelon. So it floats, it's waterproof, and it keeps its nice color as you go through your summer days. And also, they have some winter ones that are really dope for guys like Mr. B who are in the snow, need to keep their ears and neck warm. So shout out to Melon Brand
Facts.
hats. Secondly, like to shout out FokaiStuff.com, FOKAI Stuff.com. It's Guamillion gear. They've been supporting MMA since the very beginning. Brandon the Truth Vera, my brother War Machine, Herman Torado from Game Bed Training Facility, and a bunch of other really good fighters. So shout out to FokaiStuff.com and the Guam Millions over there making really good stuff. And then thirdly, like to shout out Spliff Seeds Amsterdam, SPLIFF Seeds. It's MJ Genetics for all you marijuana users. If you look at the picture up of Lemon Cream Kush Female, it's the actual picture that I grew. It's also on the cover of a book on from a famous grower in the UK named Sean Prana, Prana. You could see that my picture's on the front cover of that as well. But with that said, last weekend was UFC 269, Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier, and it did not disappoint. I'm not going to go through every single fight here on the card, but I'm going to go through pretty much the major talking points. Tony Kelly, he beat Randy Costa, man, ground and pound, TKO KO. We both said it, man, that we just thought that Tony Kelly would be a little bit too much of a vet, but we liked Costa striking for about one round. Man, Tony Kelly just pushed forward and have TKO KO and ground and pound Randy Costa round two. Pretty good
Definitely.
fight there, Humpy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Major credit to Tony Kelly for putting that pressure on him, man. Randy really couldn't handle it and really got starched, yo.
No, he
Really
really
got
couldn't.
starched.
He did not like it at all, man. So, with
Oh,
that said, that was a good fight that we want to talk about. Ryan Hall somehow defeated Derek Minner. Ridiculous, man. I don't even want to get into it anymore. But the next fight of the night was a good one. It was our first bet of the night, and we had our girl, Erin Blanchfield, times two.
shit.
Told y'all she wasn't Top Gun. Told y'all she ain't in that fucking league. And Aaron Blanchfield smoked her ass. Basically did whatever she wanted. Unanimous decision. 3-round victory. Cash that bet. A plus 115 underdog. So $230. 2.3 units. Cashed by your boy and our show. So let's go, B. How about that fight?
Um, I just like to say, damn, just damn. Um, you know, the fight, we picked Aaron Blanchfield to win, but damn, Miranda Maverick got her ass handed to her, yo. That
whoa,
was a one-sided whooping that nobody expected.
whoa.
Like
I called
people,
that.
no,
I
you called it.
disrespected.
You called it. Okay, you
Yeah.
called that she was gonna
Only
win,
one.
but not to be dominated that bad though. This girl didn't get no chance in. If she had an opportunity, Aaron took it from her. Like
Yep.
Jesus, just big bully, like big sister. Like my God, man. Props to Aaron
Great.
Blanchfield.
Yeah, shout out Aaron
Jesus.
Blanchfield. Appreciate you cashing that bet and keeping me and Mr. B's streak alive of just absolutely dominating bets. We might lose one at every like 6 events. It seems like it's about the average, but we would just absolutely dominate when we come back. So cash that $230 to the show. So let's go, baby. Next fight of the night,
Right.
Andra Moniz dominated Eric, yo boy, not our boy, but yo motherfucking boy, not B's boy,
Word.
your boy out
Not
there,
my
right?
boy.
Your boy got his ass beat. Submission, armbar, round one. If he could do it to Souza, I knew
Jeez.
he would smoke Anders, and he did exactly that, man.
Yep.
The next fight of the night was Bruno Silva dominated Jordan Wright, the Beverly Hills Ninja. And I
Yes, he
told y'all
did.
that fool, there ain't no Beverly Hills Ninjas. I'm from Los Angeles. No one goes in Beverly Hill to be a ninja. You go to Rodeo Drive and you go there to peep the finest women around. Snotty, but there's some fine ones. All right. And there ain't no Beverly Hills Ninja. Jordan Wright found that out real fast. TKO, KO, punches and bunches. Bruno Silva silenced that ass. How about that fight, B?
That was perfect. That was perfect. That man Jordan Wright, he came in strong, but man, once he got touched with them hands of Bruno Silva, that power boy, that man started hitting the chicken dance, and he got laid out.
He did the chicken dance. He was on them linguini weenie legs, and he was just wobbling all over the place. Man, so shout out to
Jeez,
Bruno Silva for cashing. And the next fight of the night was
facts.
Tai Tuivasa took on
Oh my
Augusta
god.
Sukai in the Shui Bambui Bambasa Tai Tuivasa. The KO round two, baby. Represent. That was a good one, Humpy.
Good one too. Good one too, man. Props to Tai Tuivasa. Kept it a little bit more technical than we've seen him before. He had Sakai with the leg kicks a little bit. He was picking and choosing where his shots were gonna land. Eventually, he hit Augusta with that nasty combination against the cage. Then laid that man out, man. Caught him with a nice little uppercut. There was one uppercut that would have probably ended the fight earlier, but then eventually he put that swarm on him and left that man like a sack of potatoes. It was ugly, but beautiful.
To beat Dom Cruz here, in my opinion. So unanimous decision victory for Dom
Yeah.
Cruz. So Mr. B and his boy got that W, but is what it was, man. Dom Cruz is gonna be he's walking on a thin line because soon he's gonna be facing someone with some really vicious lower leg kicks, and those legs are gonna be just knocked out from under him all fight. But next fight of the night was Josh Emmett took on
Yeah.
Dan Ige, baby, and let's go, baby. Josh Emmett beat Ige, you 3 round unanimous decision. Just absolutely, just looked amazing all over the place, especially coming back for not fighting very actively, and
Yeah.
all of the other things that he did. But this was another the other bet of the night. Oh no, that wasn't. It was Ponzi. I was thinking about Josh Emmett on this one, but yeah, Josh Emmett looked pretty good, Humpy, for coming off of layoff.
Yeah. Yeah. Jamin looked really good coming off the layoff. Also, props to Dan Ige though. Ige took a nasty shot, I think, early in the fight, but
Both of
managed
them.
to weather that. And yeah, Emmett did too, and managed to weather that. And Ige's boxing, man. Ige's boxing has improved a lot for him to hang in there with a guy like Emmett, man. So props to both of them for having that fight, man. Really good fight and
Yep.
really good return for Emmett, man.
Yeah, I believe they both
Yeah,
got performance bonuses for that fight because it was super, super exciting. I could be wrong, but
yeah,
there was a bunch of good ones on that card. But the next fight of the night was Sean Sugar O'Malley took on Julian Paiva. And Sean Sugar, he did his thing, man. First round TKO, KO punches. Um, you know, shout. Got to give him respect for making a name for himself. He's not taking the most risky fights. He's making money.
right,
Steve will
yeah,
do it. Badass fucking YouTube dude. Shout out. The dude, he's paired up with him. He's smart. He paired up with, even though I don't like Takashi 6ix9ine too much about, uh, I come from a place where snitches get stitches and all the rest y'all bitches. And so I don't really like the fact that Takashi does his thing, but he is a decent rapper sometimes. I know he's a mumble rapper, but the dude's making money, whether he's a reject or not. What's up, my boy? Kick your bass on Twitter, Ryan Richardson, one of the
hey, hey,
sponsors of the show. I appreciate you, my dude. Wish you were in Vegas with me, Ryan. I fucking had so much fun. I was on the ground laughing, crying at least 3 times, wheezing. I thought I had COVID in the fucking hotel because couldn't even breathe. It was just me and my boy making fun of each other. It was hilarious,
oh
dude.
my god,
Yeah, so definitely we're doing well, Ryan. I hope you and your family are good
yeah,
and the little ones are doing well. The next fight of the night was Kai Kara France took on Cody Garbrandt, and let's right, stop it right fucking now, Cody. Stop it. Not 135, not 125, not 145. You should not be fighting at all. Stop. You're done. Your chin, it's the Cinderella slipper. It's the glass shoe. You just don't have it anymore. I don't know if it's because your baby mama saw it before everybody, and she cursed you like a witch, or you just don't have it. But I don't know, bro. Ever since your woman left you, seems like we're going downhill. Either she was the glue that holds the kingdom together, or I don't know, bro. But Cody Garbrandt got smashed, silenced, smoked. Round one, KO TKO punches. Kai Car France whooped that trick, man. The size difference was crazy from Cody Garbrandt dropping down. He was way bigger than Kai Car France. Kai Car France gave no
Yeah.
shits about it. Came in there and smoked him round one. What about
Come
Cody?
on, man.
You get more on this.
Come on, man. This man got dropped by like a jab hook. Then this man got mollywopped across the cage, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like Cody got to be out for like at least 9 months to a year, man. We can't see Cody back in the cage yet.
He's
He got to
tweeting he
go
wants
and
to go.
get his things together, man.
He's tweeting he wants to
Yeah,
go
I
to
seen the
featherweight.
tweet. Talk about he want to go to featherweight. Nah, man.
Stop
We
it.
need you not going to featherweight.
You
What we
and
need you to do. Go ahead.
Kat Zingano posted something too about her. She can make 135 again. No, stop. You're done. You're over the line. You're over the hill. You're beyond. All right. You go take care of your kids.
You know, Cat
So
talking about 135. But
I know.
Shorty, you going to you in Bellator. You right
Uh,
there for the title fight. Take your
I
title fight.
yeah.
What's wrong
Dreamer,
with this
bro.
girl?
It's called
But yeah, man,
CTE. CTE is real. You know.
it's weird. But yeah, Cody got to take time off. And I said it last night. Yo, that man Cody, I'm telling you, Cody got to go to Alliance. He got to go talk to Dom Cruz at Alliance, and he got to learn. He got to learn some stuff. He got to learn some defensive stuff, man. Because I don't know, like Alpha Male's not doing it for him. He's too stubborn. Like you can't go into these pocket exchanges with people and just
It's
think
I
like
have
you're gonna win them
kind of
all,
glitched you
man.
out. I couldn't hear you for the last bit of that.
Oh,
But the point is that
yeah,
me and Mr. B both don't want Cody Garbrandt fighting. We both fucking were disappointed. We both picked Kai Car France to beat him. We both should have stuck with our instincts. That's why you should always stick with your instincts. But later in the week, on the
fuck,
scales,
man.
on Friday, it just looked a little bit different, man.
Yeah,
And it is what it is. But I didn't bet it, so I don't have to apologize to you guys who bet it. So it is what it is. Don't bet stuff like that. The next fight of the night was our second bet of the night.
yeah,
Wait. Oh yeah, we did. That's right. That's right. We did cash that Emmett bet, and then we lost this bet. It was Jeff Neal versus Santiago Ponza. And
yeah,
Santiago Ponza just, I don't know, man. I thought he would do a little bit more, have a little more volume. Somehow Jeff Neal won the split decision. I don't know if
yeah,
I agreed 100%, but it was right there for its taking. So that was the only loss of the night. Was 1.3 units there. We cashed 2.3 on the other one, and then 1 unit on
yeah.
Emmett. So that was 3.3 units cashed, 1.3 units negative, and so 2 units cashed for the night out of three was the number. But dude, Ponzinibbio disappointed me. The Argentinian barbecue that I talked up, you just didn't do it for me, Ponzinibbio. How about this fight, B?
Really good fight. Really good back and forth, man. It's just that I think Pons just kind of gassed out a little bit towards the end
Dude,
of the rounds, the end of
Haps
the
just
fight.
glitched you
I'll
out again,
say.
I think, B. Hey,
Oh,
Ryan, can you hear B right now? Because I just don't know what's
yo,
coming out on your guys' side.
oh,
He's got to leave anyway. All right, you're back,
oh.
B.
All right.
Sorry, dude. I think there's a
Yeah.
storm. There's a lot of storms going on between all the states, so maybe that's
Yeah, because we got one coming up over here as well.
You're
So
good. I guess
yeah.
Ryan could hear you in our studio where me and Mr. B collab. It sometimes it looks like we glitch, but I guess it
Yeah.
doesn't. So, all right, sweet.
Okay. But yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say like it was a back and forth. You know what I mean? Pons did his thing, and then Neal took over a little bit. You know what I mean? But as I said though, yeah, it's just that Neal kind of edged it a little bit in that final round, man. I wish Pons would have threw a little bit more. Yeah, had a little bit more output on him. But it didn't happen, man. It didn't happen. But it was still a good fight though, regardless of what. Really good fight.
Yeah, it was
I
a good
mean,
fight. I
so
mean, it was a hairy split, right? It was. If I remember correctly,
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
remember. I thought Ponzi might have
very
edged it, but
close.
Jeff Neal, he really did need that win. So, shout out to him and his family for getting that W. I appreciate all you guys here tuning in. If you could please like, subscribe, and just to support us on Twitter,
Right.
Facebook, and YouTube, I really appreciate it. I'm going to be doing a giveaway on YouTube. First 100 subscribers. Once I get to 100 subscribers on YouTube, I'm going to give out a Melon brand hat. So every single one of Melon brand hats are luxury line hats over $60 in value. So make sure to just go to our YouTube page, go to Cope's Corner, KOPESKORNER, Twitter, Facebook, and also just like and subscribe. And then the first 100, I'll do a raffle and pull one person out of the 100 first subscribers on our new YouTube. And whoever one of the 100 that I do the lottery on hits it, we're gonna give you a free melon hat. So it'll be a really cool giveaway that we're gonna do since we just started the new YouTube. But next fight of the night, I just fucking can't be. I can't even believe that we got to do this right now. I'm so disappointed in Amanda Nunes. B didn't even want to talk about this fight last week. I shit all over Pena. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't want to admit that I was wrong because Nunez in round 1 had her fucking on the ground doing whatever she really wanted to do. She had no urgency at all to do anything. No, once she got on the ground and had her in side control, she never got jumped over to pass. She had the back. She never put in hooks to secure the position. She never did shit round 1, even though Amanda Nunes had control all round 1. Then she gasses herself somehow. Round 2, Amanda Nunes comes in. Juliana Pena, to her credit, comes out with that La Raza Mexican spirit and gives her the bang, bam, 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 Vitor Belfort to her grill. Nunes gives her some back. Somehow Nunes gets a little discouraged from the punches that she's receiving and maybe Pena not falling. Nunes fucking gets clipped, gives her back, and Juliana Pena doesn't even get hooks in. The tap, the choke, she did not fight the hands for the choke that was necessary. The hooks weren't in. She could have even stood up and maybe thrown Julia Pena up and over her because she was too high. I don't know, man. I know Julia Pena won here. She's the new champion of the world. She dethroned the GOAT, Amanda Nunes, who dethroned the former GOAT, Cyborg. I don't know what to fucking say. One of the biggest upsets I've seen ever since GSP lost to Sarah. I don't want Juliana Pena as a champion. I'm only somewhat excited because Valentina Shevchenko, my other lady, she's going to come up to 135 and she's going to ninja assassin beat that ass on Juliana Pena and come and claim the double throne. So I just really believe in that, and that's the only good thing about this fight. B, do you even want to talk about how disgusting this was, bro? What's up, Mel B? I appreciate you. Thank you for the celebration, love award, love a celebration award, Mel B.
I'm hurt beyond hurt. I'm disgusted beyond disgusted. I still can't believe or process how that happened.
Gross.
I still I couldn't even sleep properly on Saturday night. I couldn't after I cut the stream. I couldn't even sleep properly. I still was staring at my ceiling. I couldn't function right Sunday. Like I don't know what was going on. Like I feel like I don't even know anything about MMA anymore after what happened.
Mr. B was so hard on himself that he's like, I don't even know anything anymore. I don't even know anything more. I'm like, bro, don't even worry about it. All that matters is our bets. We cashed those bets.
Like,
hit 2 or 3 was what it was. Thank you so much, Mel B, for that support. And what's up, my boy ISWI Iraq? Any of you war veterans out there? It's my boy Mike, who is a Iraqi war veteran. Served a couple, I believe, 1 or 2 tours over there. Got a Purple Heart. Amazing dude. So I appreciate you, ISWI and Mike. Any of you veterans out there need a good friend, ISWI, I Survived the War Iraq on Facebook is really, really huge. A real good place and community for all the PTSD veterans out there. That's the main goal of it. Is he started the ISWI page for PTSD veterans out there to have a place to gather and collab. So I appreciate you being your ISWI, my great dude. Sorry, my dude B. But yeah, dude, no Pena, I don't want to. I just, please God, Valentina Shevchenko, come and save me. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I can't believe this has happened. The next fight of the night was something at least more exciting, something I could see happening. Charles Du Bronx Oliveira took on Dustin the Diamond Poirier. And holy shit, dude. Charles Du Bronx Oliveira is the real motherfucking deal. These two dudes were banging back and forth. Charles Oliveira got Dustin Poirier on the ground, not just one round, and took him down and had him the whole round. got him down again in the third round after controlling pretty much all the second round. That Dustin Poirier didn't even try to get up or get around. He just literally hugged Charles Oliveira like I used to hug my 4-year-old brother, Big War Machine, when he was on top of me, and I was praying to God that he would just fucking somehow get tired or bored of beating on someone. And so that's what Dustin Poirier looked like round two. That's when I knew it was fucking done, screwed. There's no way that Dustin Diamond Poirier is winning this. Charles Oliveira is the real motherfucking deal. He's our lightweight champion. An absolute treat to have both these guys fight. But Dude Bronx
Yeah,
is the real fucking deal, bro. Submission, rear
facts.
naked choke. Dustin the Diamond Poirier goes down. Champion, solidified, real champion Charles Oliveira now, bro. Can you believe this, dude?
That was an awesome fight, man. That was an awesome fight. Talk about that first round, man. These dudes were just going at it. The Poirier with the boxing, Do Bronx with the Muay Thai, the nasty knees in the clinch. This man Dustin rocked him. He rocked Dustin a little bit. That second round was the crazy round though, with the scenario there was going for the takedowns. Dustin tried to roll down on the ground with him. I think that's when he got himself in trouble there, man. He got caught up on the ground with Du Bronx, and Oliveira just started landing some nasty shots on him on the ground. And then that third round, as I said it before, man, we said it. This man doesn't need to put you on the ground and submit you. This
No.
dude literally got on Dustin, got that back, climbed, got the hooks in, and put that rear naked choke on.
Climbed like a
Jesus
tree.
Christ.
And then, bro, look at
Jesus.
it. Charles Oliveira was a young man when he came in the UFC. Looking at how
Yeah.
this guy's developed, how tall he is, how strong he is. When he was stood up to Dustin Diamond Poirier and at the weigh-ins at the face-off, I was like, this motherfucker's solid, bro. This dude knows that his jits is so good. He's not scared of nothing at all. Shout out to the champion, Dude Bronx, Charles Oliveira, for winning that
Yeah,
strap,
man.
bro. UFC 269 main event. Did not disappoint. It was so weird though after the co-main event that like I couldn't believe what the fuck I was watching. I didn't bet on Nunez. I had nothing on Nunez that I really cared about. It was just like I couldn't believe it. It was very much similar to when Nunez beat Cyborg here in Los Angeles. I was there
Yeah.
live. I live here in Los Angeles, and when Cyborg lost to Nunez, it was the same fucking eerie feeling that happened inside of the stadium here over at
Yeah.
the forum. And so
Yeah.
I just that's all I can compare to. But pretty good event there. We cashed 2 of 3 bets for $200 plus 2 units. The MMA for Money show. My boy Mikey Gills, Gilz on Twitter. Amazing DraftKings dude and great dude in general when it comes to MMA and having fun. I was hoping to have him on here, and I fucked up a little bit. I had my newborn baby, and I didn't get to communicate properly, and so my bad, my Mikey Gills, if I messed up on that. So the first fight of the night, though, on for UFC Fight Night, Lewis versus Daukaus, it should be somewhat decent. We got Matt Sales taking on Jordan Levitt. Matt Sales fights out of San Diego. He called himself RoboCop. He's 8-3. He's 27 years old. He's 5'7" with a 67.5-inch reach. He last lost. He's on a 1-fight losing streak. Fights out Alliance MMA with Dom Cruz and Eric Del Fiero, one of the best coaches down there. He last took on Bryce Mitchell, and he's the one that got lost in that twister that Bryce Mitchell got famous over. And then he took on
Yeah.
Kyle Nelson, and he won round 3 arm triangle choke. Then he lost to Shaman Rise as a unanimous decision. This dude, Matt Sales, I've heard him for a long time because my brother was coach with Eric Del Fiero. I've heard of just his name in general, but not necessarily, having as much experience as the guys that have been in the UFC. He's taking on Jordan Levitt, who does have a little bit more XP in my experience. He called himself the Monkey King. He's 8-1. He's 26 years old. He's 5'9", so I have a 2-inch height advantage. Should have a slight reach advantage as well. He's on a 1-fight losing streak. Fights out of Syndicate MMA. Last took on Carlio Pulas and lost unanimous decision. Then he took on Matt Weeman, a veteran. He slammed him round 1 and just dominated him. Everyone freaked out on that one. It was so fluky, but it was cool to watch. Then he took on Luke Flores, Contender Series round 1, arm triangle choke. This is a weird one here, man. Matt Sales is even, and Jordan Levitt's a negative 120. I haven't seen enough from Matt Sales because he got twister choked so fast from what's his name. So it's like I can't even trust him. I'd have to lean Jordan Levitt here, but at the slight favorite, just because I've
Yeah.
seen a little bit more, and I can for sure rely on the ground game. What do you say about this fight, B?
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one. Levitt does have the ground game.
What's up,
Sales
Chris?
kind of isn't all that great on the ground. Also, it's been 2 years since Matt Sales has competed, so you got to take that into consideration. Either that's a good or a bad thing. Um, but yeah, mostly Matt Sales is more so known as the striker in between of these two. So, Levin did have that loss to Pueles. I think he's going to come in a little bit better this time around, and he should be able to get the win here against Sales. Unless
Yeah,
Sales puts those hands on him. But yeah,
yeah.
I would lean
It's
towards Levin.
with the size advantage and then the strength that Jordan Levitt has after what he did to Matt Weeman, you think he'd be able to pick up the little bit shorter Matt Sales and kind of throw him around and just dominate him a little bit. But we shall see. Not a bad bet if you guys want to bet Jordan Levitt. I just don't have a clear enough read there to really care about it. But the next fight of the night is Dontel Mays takes on Josh Parisian. A little bit lower class heavyweight fighting, but it is what it is. We got Dontel Mays. He called himself Lord Kong. He's 8-4. He's 29 years young with this dude, 6'6", 81-inch reach, one fight win streak. I got a kickboxing judo base, so he loves to stand and bang. He last took on Rogue Martinez, won a unanimous decision. Then he lost to Rodrigo Nascimento, rear naked choke round 2, and then heel hook round 3, Cyril Gone. So he's a tapper, and I don't like tapping. He's also lost ground and pound before and illegal elbow. So Dante is all over the place, man. Super athletic though. I just feel like he has not shown his all at all. Josh Parisian, 14-4. He's 32 years old. He's 6'4" with a 79-inch reach. One fight win streak. Fights out of Michigan. Last took on Rogue Martinez as well. Won a split decision. Then he lost to Parker Porter. Then he beat Chad Johnson on the Contender Series. Josh Parisian just is not athletic enough for me to bet on. Is not tough enough for me to bet on. Not athletic enough for me to bet on. Dontel Mays is, I feel like, has not shown even near the potential that he does have. I didn't even know the odds until I looked right now. Holy shit. Dontel Mays is negative 200. So Vegas agrees as well. They think that Parisian is a little bit of a bum. I agree as well. I think Dontel Mays has not showed his best. I think Dontel Mays knocks out Parisian. What do you think about this fight, Pete?
I don't even know. This fight is too mixed up. It's too mixy for me. I've gone for Dante Mays in fights before, and that man has lost. Um, you know, who was it he had fought before? Yeah, the Nascimento fight. Uh, he has got caught by submissions. He does a lot of his striking, but his third rounds look ugly as hell. Parisian, on the other hand, Parisian's a big dude, but his fight IQ is kind of iffy as well, man. Um, he does know how to win some fights, though. I'll tell you that much. If he could get some of these people down on the ground there, when he puts his wrestling in the mix with his striking, he does pretty well. He's leveling up a little bit, man. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I would say May should get it, but don't be surprised if Parisian ends up taking him to the ground and pretty much just suffocating this man to like a TKO, possibly a ground and pound.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point. At the negative 200, I can't trust Dontel Mays at all. I would pick him though to win. You might if you
Yeah.
like if you did like him, TKO KO prop would be what I'd pick, but I don't trust it at all.
Mm.
But
I don't
it is
trust
what
it.
it is.
Yeah.
UFC is really trying to water down some of these cards just to make they make money when they like lower salaries on each fighter, only pay out a couple big guys. I mean they kill it with the ratings and stuff. So the next fight of the night is Raquel Pennington takes on Macy Chasson at the 145-pound division. Raquel Pennington, OG, 12-8, 33 years old, 5'7", with a 67.5-inch reach. It's on a two-fight win streak, fighting out of Colorado. He's got a boxing base. Not the best takedown game, but she's been around with the best of them. Last beat Panny Kanziad and won a unanimous decision. Beat Marion Renault. Lost to Holly Holm. Beat Irene Aldana, which is fucking amazing to me. Lost to GDR.
Yeah.
Lost to Nunez. She's been in there with almost every single champion or a title contender. She's taking on Macy Chasson. Macy Chasson, 7-1, 30 years old, 5'11", with a 72-inch reach, two-fight win streak. So she's going to be much taller and much longer reach. What I say, 72-inch reach for Chasson, 67.5-inch reach for Raquel Pennington.
Yep.
So we're talking about almost 5-inch reach advantage, and not even mention the
Yeah.
legs of Macy Chasson. Macy Chasson's younger, got a higher ceiling at this moment. Last took on Marion Renault, won a unanimous decision. I don't care about that fight; it means nothing to me. Beat Shanna Young, unanimous decision. That's all right. Lena Landsberg lost to her. That's not all right. Beat Sarah Moraes. This is a tough one, man. Ah, I have a rule that you bet the favorite, like or not you bet the favorite. That's so stupid. You bet the
Bet the OG.
veteran. A veteran versus a
Yeah.
newcomer, you bet the veteran. Vegas has Raquel Pennington at that same number, -190, the favorite, the veteran. They
Mm.
see that she has probably the most likely the path to take her down and beat her up, but Raquel's not that really good of a wrestler, man. I mean, she could get her down and do her thing for 3 rounds. If I knew that was her game plan, I might pick her at the 190, but I don't I don't think so, man. I'm gonna be going with a. Let me see. Let me see if we have even best fight odds. One second. I'm gonna pull up the best fight odds for you guys. I'm gonna try and look up a prop for you guys for this fight because I think that
Yeah.
Macy Chisone is a live dog here. I really think that she not only was the money line possibly worth it,
All right,
but
later,
I
later.
believe that her going to a decision. Let's see, Macy Chisone. Sorry, guys. Chisone wins by decision is a plus 280. I'm throwing down a half a unit on Chisone wins by decision, so half unit at a plus 280 will give back $140, man. So that's a great bet. I'm throwing it down. I've been on a hot streak, so half unit going on Chisone as the dog, but I'm going on the decision because I want the extra value. Plus 280, 1.5 units, so $50 going on Chisone to win by decision. I just can't fucking back Raquel Pennington striking, man. What do you say about it, B?
If this was a 135-pound fight, I would have picked Raquel Pennington. This is a 145-pound fight. And with that saying, that means pretty much that your girl, Macy Chiasson, ain't cutting weight like that. She's
Nope.
coming in big at 145. She's coming in big, yo. Um, People don't know she used to fight at 145. So she's coming in big. She has that reach. Raquel likes to fight messy, mid to close range fights. I think if Chia-san knows that, she's gonna come in and try to put in a little bit of judo, a little bit of those takedowns here and there. She does good with certain takedowns, not like the shoot wrestling style takedowns, but some of the judo type takedowns. Um, she also has that range. Raquel's boxing is pretty good for her though, but I think Chie-san's gonna manage to use her range more often, work a little bit more behind her jab, land some nastiness, and she has that Muay Thai game. She should be able to use all these things. Where Raquel would think that she has the strength, I think Chie-san could flip that on its head and pretty much take advantage of those positions.
Nice.
As you said though, Raquel doesn't know how to really use takedowns properly. That is one of Raquel's biggest problems. She always tends to go clinch and then initiate a takedown. Like, you know what I mean? Does
Yep.
that hesitant long clinch, then try to go for a hard single leg or the occasional double, but most of the hard single high crotch. And Macy's too big for that. And she's been in enough situations where, like, yo, I'm tired of having people do that to me. So I think Macy should come in here with the victory, man.
Nice. Shout out to Army
Yeah.
Vet 8993
Yes.
here on Haps. One of the Mr. B supporters, always there watching it with us. Appreciate you being here
Yeah,
for our
man.
live show, man. And
Yeah, he's one of the newest guys there. Yeah,
yep,
and
and
he's
we last
killing me.
weekend.
He's killing me here with the Pena.
Yeah, me and Army Vet were harassing Mr. B about Pena, but that's okay because I got harassed about Dominic Cruz, so it happens. Um, the, the next fight of the night is Charles Air Jourdain takes on Andre Ewell. I'm gonna let you get into it, B
Ooh,
first. I'm gonna go make a martini real fast,
this
KB.
cool, man. Yo, this fight is at 145. First of all, so amazing. And now we got Charles Air Jourdain, man, 11-4-1. This man is 26 years old. Uh, 5'9" with a 69-inch reach out of Quebec, Canada. Trains with Eric Bertrand at Academy Pro Star. Um, that man needs to go into TriStar though. I'll tell you that much. But pretty solid kickboxer. As I always talk about Canadian guys, Canadian guys have some form of grappling and always really clean technical striking. Last time though, this man got Darce choked by Julian Arosa with a really good scrap between the two. He had that third round submission loss there. But before that, he had that rumble with Marcelo Rojo. Um, Rojo, I think that was Rojo's debut, and he pretty much finished Rojo in round 3, which was insane. They had that split. Curibao, Feely, he lost to Feely, but then his claim to fame was knocking out Duho Choi. Um, as I said, really clean kickboxing. He has good counters too, man. He knows how to set up his strikes. I think if anything, his
Sorry for
problem
the
is
little
his
glitch
ground,
there.
his
I don't,
wrestling.
I don't know if it glitched on
But
you. The Army vet, did you hear Mr. B that whole time, or was it just glitched for me? Sorry, B.
no problem.
I just want to make sure that you're not spilling your. I'm pretty sure they heard you, but it's just crazy how it just looks glitched on our side.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, B.
All right, cool. So he'll be facing the highlight, Andre Ewell, 17-8. This will be his step up into the featherweight division. 33 years old, 5'8" with a 75-inch reach. Jesus Christ. Out of Apex MMA. Every time I read that, it sounds so crazy, man. He's suffering a 2-fight losing streak though. He got beat up by Julio Arce a few back in July, and then he had the decision loss against Chris Gutierrez. Both fights were pretty nasty fights, man, where these dudes pretty much just overwhelmed him with the striking. But before that, he had a 2-fight win streak against Erwin Rivera and Jonathan Martinez, both by split decision. So yeah, it's been those last 4 fights have been pretty rough. But yeah, man, Andre Ewell is more so of the boxer. He can grapple a little bit. He likes to use his range, get his boxing feels out there. Throws the occasional kicks here and there, but mainly establishes his range and gets his boxing off. In this fight here, 145 is gonna be a real good fight, man. Ewell got to establish that range, not try to get no kicking range of Jourdain. Take Jourdain's legs away from him. Whenever you have a kickboxer that's fighting, it always serves to try to cut their distance and lock their legs away. So pretty much force Jourdain to use his hands. Get into a fist fight for real, where you could put out your skills, your boxing, and just put it on him, man. Work strong behind your jab, of course. Work in good combinations. Get the occasional tangle up on Jourdain. You can't have Jourdain backing up and getting range to throw nasty kicks. Um, because if you could take away his legs, man, he likes to use his hands to set up his kicks. And usually he could throw a kick or so and then wait for the counter. Take away those, he has his hands, man. And he's not going to be so comfortable with his hands. I know he got that knockout against, who was it? Was it Rodriguez? Draco Rodriguez? Yeah, it was Rodriguez. Rodriguez kind of fumbled the bag there, though. But you have a better reach. So I'm telling you, just try to get that done. But in this case, man, I want to say Ewell. Damn. I want to say Ewell because I think Ewell needs the win, man. He needs the win.
Right, he definitely does need to win, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to translate that way. Andre Ewell's
Yeah,
boxing, though, super good switching stances, really good
yeah,
boxing. Like you said, it's going to have a huge length advantage here. But the thing that the people aren't talking about is Charles Air Jourdain. He is a BJJ black belt. That
yeah,
is not talked about at all to nobody because he loves to strike. The
yeah. He
Andre
loves
Ewell's
striking. Yeah.
Achilles heel is on the ground. He could be
Yep.
subbed. He has been subbed. He could be subbed here. I just don't see Charles or Air Jourdain being so stupid that he's going to be here standing and banging if he's not superior and if he has such a high advantage on the ground over Andre Ewell. I do like Andre Ewell striking, man. I like his switching stances. I've bet on him before in his earlier in the career. I believe for Renan Barao, I cashed on, but I just his ground game is kind of non-existent, man. He's never done anything real on the ground, dominating wise. It's so Andre Ewell, like I said, is striking solid, but his BJJ is non-existent. I
Yeah.
because I feel like there's a chance that Charles Air Jourdain could win this fight by submission. Charles OJ Air Jourdain is a negative 200 favorite on 5 dimes right now.
Ooh.
That's a little steep for Charles Jourdain because of the fact that he could get punched out. But I'm feeling something here. I'm feeling like no one is giving Jourdain the credit that he deserves on the ground, and I'm gonna be the one rare dude that's gonna be throwing down on Charles Air Jourdain to win by submission. Plus $750. Plus 750 for Jourdain to win
Whoa.
by submission. I'm throwing down a half a
Whoa.
unit. The other half unit that I have on our girl May Chasson going to
He get that
decision.
shit. That's mega bucks.
So zero point 0.5 units on the plus 750 for Charles Air Jourdain to win by submission. Yes, I understand this could be a striking war, but when you have a path to victory and you are a BJJ black belt, Charles Air Jourdain could take him down and sub him quite easily. I'm a better, obviously. We've been dominating.
Yeah.
I'm willing to risk the zero point 0.5 units on him to win by submission. Doesn't happen, doesn't happen. But if it does happen, just like Nunez happened last weekend, we'll be there to cash it. So let's fucking go, baby. I'm excited about that bet. The next fight of the night is Sarge in charge. Sajar Eubanks taking on Melissa Gatto. Not a Vato, but Melissa Gatto from Brazil. You want to get into it first,
Yeah.
B?
All right. Cool, man. So Sajar Eubanks, man. Sarge. 7-6, man. 7-6. 36 years old. 5'4" with a 67-inch reach, man. Fine out of Maryland. Last 3 fights, yeah, 3 fights. Well, she made her return to flyweight, fighting Elise Reed back in July, where she ground and pounded, pretty much turned Elise Reed into pudding. Um, and before that, she had those couple fights in the bantamweight division. 2 losses, Penny Kanzad and Caitlin Vieira by unanimous decision. But before that, she had beat Julia Villa and Sarah Morris. Sarge got a big time wrestling game. She could wrestle, she could jujitsu. There you go. Her jujitsu is strong. She is strong. Real strong. Underrated strength. She going up against Melissa Gatto, man. Now Melissa Gatto is undefeated. 7-0-2. 25 years old. 5'5" with a 69-inch reach. Represents Sao Paulo, Brazil. Um, Her debut fight was against Victoria Leonardo, and where there was a doctor stoppage because that girl was kicking that arm so bad that Leonardo's her forearm snapped. That joint snapped. It went down. That was back in August. Then she had in Brazil, she fought Carol Rosa. That was back in 2018. So it's kind of insane though that she didn't have a real MMA fight in like about the 3 years, and then shows up out of nowhere and does what she did to Victoria Leonardo. So, big time fights here. Gatto's improved in her boxing. She likes to use her boxing. She's been training a lot on her boxing, but she also has jujitsu. The question is gonna be not even. It'll be a matter of whose jujitsu stronger, but can Melissa Gatto keep this fight standing, man? Because if Sarge is getting her to the ground, I don't know if Melissa's gonna be getting back up to her feet, man. I just don't know, honest to God, man. Because that girl Sarge, yo, when Sarge gets you down, that shit is problematic.
It,
That's,
it really is. So with this here, Sarge has way too much experience. She's been in here banging with the best of them. She's had problems, come back, getting better. Fix things that she's worked on, and just is getting a little bit better. She's strong as fuck. She's a BJJ black belt. Melissa Gatto is a BJJ purple belt. There's levels to the game on the ground, and I'm telling you, when Sarge picks her up and slams her on the ground, she should be able to do whatever she wants. She should be able to control her. She should be able to pound her out on the ground. With all that experience, with that BJJ black belt, if Gatto doesn't keep this fight standing, she's fucked. This is a 3-round fight. It favors
yeah.
Sarge, kind of, like Sarge has enough gas tank for 2 rounds. She definitely doesn't have the best gas tank in the world, but it has been improving. So Jara Eubanks here, man, is almost a bet for me. It's like I want to throw it down on her money line. Negative 165 on Bovada, plus 135 comeback from Melissa Gatto. But man, Sarge just does some stupid shit, man. And so it's like if I bet Sarge, like I could look really smart next week, and or they'd be
Yeah,
like, "You're fucking stupid, bro." And so it's like it's very hard. So just take with that with a grain of salt. I think that Eubanks wins. I think she's more superior. I would bet her money line. I personally might bet her money line myself, but because of when I bet for you guys in my show, I try to cash a little bit closer line bets. I just don't want to
yeah.
fire on this one, but I do want to. So I'm gonna go with Sarge Eubanks. I think she gets her down the ground, so could submit her or pound her out on the ground. So I'm going Sarge Eubanks inside distance. So let's see what that is. Sarge, dude, best fight odds is so awesome, but the way that they put stuff up is got to Eubanks. Eubanks wins by submission is plus 500. KO TKO is plus 625. So there's definitely value there. If you like Sarge Eubanks, I would do it inside distance or TKO KO submission. Inside distance probably your best bet because she could take her down, pound her out. She could take her down, submit her. But I'm going Sarge Eubanks there. The next fight of the night is Justin Tafa taking on Harry Hunsaker. Justin Tafa, the bad man, 4-3 in his record. He's 28 years old. He's 6 foot with a 74-inch reach. He's on a 2-fight losing streak fighting out of Australia. Last took on Jared Vandenera and lost unanimous decision. And if you know about me in the show, I do not like Jared Vandenera, and you lost to him. It makes me sick to my stomach. Then you lost to Carlos Felipe, split decision, beat Juan Adams, which means nothing to me, and then lost to Jorgen de Castro round one. Very gross, Tafa. I'm not a little bit more than Tafa probably wants to bang. But Hunsucker can bang too. He's won by KO, TKO. He's won by strikes. But he's also won by Americana, rear naked choke, and the likes. But he lost to Tai Tuivasa last time out, overhand right, round one. Tai Tuivasa can knock out anyone. Then he beat Corey Moon. No one knows who he is. Then he beat Jared Vandera, the guy that I told you I don't like, round one. So now we have Tafa lost to Jared Vandera. This dude beat Jared Vandera. Just because I don't like Jared Vandera that much, I'm going with Harry Hunsucker to win this fight. I just can't I cannot bet on someone who lost to Jared Vandera. What do you say about this fight, B?
Oh god, this could go either way. Honest to God, this could
Yep.
seriously go either way.
Shit show.
Hunsucker is a good knockout artist. He's a good striker. Tafa comes in like those like a Tuivasa. He used to train with this man Mark Hunt. You know what I mean? He was right there with Mark Hunt. So they come in that long line of those nasty hooks, those leaping left hooks. You know what I mean? Leaping hook KOs and whatnot. Um, I'm thinking if Hunsucker fights smart, he could win. But then again, Tai Tuivasa knocked this man out, and I think under a minute. So that could happen again to Hunsucker. It's all a matter of can Hunsucker fight smart
Do
in
not
this
bet this
fight,
fight.
man.
Don't bet this fight.
Just don't.
Don't bet
No,
this fight.
just no. It's too much of a gamble, man. You're gonna enjoy the fight, but it's too much of a gamble. I'm telling you that right now. It's just like that. It's just that type of fight, man. Um,
Yeah, it's just not worth bet worthy, man.
it's
But
just
it's
weird.
barely
It's so
it's barely talk
yeah,
worthy. I mean, Tafa's 4-3. That dude's 7-4. Like these guys lose half the
yeah.
time. I mean, it's not exciting. The next fight of the night should be much more exciting. Rowney Barcelos takes on Victor Henry. Raoni Barcelos is 16-2. He's 34 years old. He's 5'7" with a 67.5-inch reach. He's on a one-fight losing streak fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Shout out to the Brazilian barbecue baby. Last took on Tamir Valiyev and lost a majority decision, but Tamir's looked pretty decent. Then he took on Khalid Taha and he beat him unanimous decision. Then Said Nurmagomedov beat him unanimous decision. Taking on Ronnie Barcelos, the BJ Black Belt, absolute stud on the ground, domination station. Victor Henry, 21-5, 34 years old. He's 5'7" with a one-fight win streak. This dude last took on Albert Moraes and he won rear naked choke round two. That doesn't say much to me. Then he beat Dennis, or he lost to Dennis Larive in Paris. I don't even know where, but he lost unanimous decision. Then he lost in, then he won in Risen. He beat Kyler Phillips back in the day. Kyler Phillips is obviously the dude who has some pretty good striking, but had no cardio. Number one fighter out of Japan right now is a pro bantamweight, which is really really interesting. But dude, Jaime Barcelos is an absolute savage on the ground. His BJJ is unreal. I just don't think the other kid's gonna have even anything to say to him. Right now, the odds are negative 335. Jaime Barcelos over Victor Henry, the plus 225 comeback for him. I got to go with Barcelos. I'm going with submission. I think he dominates this kid. What do you say, B?
Oh man, this is a good fight here, man. Um, you know, Barcelos is a guy who's pretty damn fast. You got to be very careful of his explosive power and speed. Um, he's fought some of the best in the division. But this dude Victor Henry, man, this guy Victor Henry got some things on him. He's trained. He trains with Josh Barnett. Um, this guy's fought damn near everywhere as well. He's fought for Pancrase. I've seen his name brought up in Pancrase before. So that's the only way I know him. When I seen it, I was like, wow, they got this guy. But I think he's been on Quintet on UFC Fight Pass. I'm not familiar with anything else he's done really much, but he has a very he comes with that catch can style type of fighting what Josh Barnett brings. They catch wrestling, pretty much heavy hard duty wrestling and submission skills. Um, it's gonna be a real interesting fight. I'm gonna lean towards Ronnie Barcelos because I think Barcelos, he lost to Valiev. I think he's gonna come back, fight a lot more smarter, be prepared for Victor Henry. I think Barcelos' speed is gonna be a little too much for Henry. Um, but it will be a good fight though. It will be a good fight, but he has to avoid some of this grapple heavy situations that this boy Victor Henry might bring him into though. I will tell you that much. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, with that said, the next fight of the night should be a fun one at least. It's GM3. Gerald Marshart is taking on
Oh
Dustin
shoot.
Stoltzev. I'll let you get into this first fight. This fight first, Mr. B.
All right, man. First of all, we got a middleweight fight. Gerald Mearshart, 33-14, GM3, man. Mearshart over here. On a 2-fight win streak right now. Can't believe he did. But he beat my guy Mahmoud Muradov back in August. Rear naked choke in round 2. I don't know how he managed, but he managed. And he beat Bartosz Fabinski by a power guillotine. That was fire. But before that, he had a 2-fight losing streak. Well, yeah, 2-fight between Hamzat Chimaev, that amazing knockout, and Ian Heinisch, which Heinisch got a knockout too. Where's that Heinisch at, right?
I don't know.
But trading with out in with the Rufus Sport Front, yeah, is it? Yeah. It said Aguilar Combative Systems, but also hand to hand with Rufus Sport. 6'1", 77.5-inch reach, 33 years old. You know, his other boys gonna be on this card too, if I remember correctly. But yeah, then he on up against Dustin Stoltzfus. Now Stoltzfus was on the Contender Series, I can tell you that much, without any looking up or anything. 30 years old, 6 foot tall with a 75-inch reach, fighting out of Pennsylvania. This guy's fight on the Contender Series was nuts. All he did was, homeboy was bigger than him. He picked this guy up and dropped him down, and that dude snapped his arm.
Yeah.
That shit was insane. But since coming back, getting the official fights in the UFC, he fought Kyle Daukaus. He got wrapped up there in the unanimous decision loss. Then he had that weird fight with Rodolfo Vieira, where Rodolfo outboxed Stoltzfus and then said, nah, I'm going to submit him anyway, and submitted him in the 3rd round. That was back in July. But Stoltzfus pretty much has this big, he's a wrestler. He has a pretty decent grappling. His striking is alright. His gas tank is what we're kind of worried about a little bit. Gerald Mearshart's been through enough wars and enough situations where he should know how to handle this. This is a fight that's not even going to be a high-paced fight unless Gerald Mearshart makes it that way. We've seen him throw a lot of, use his kicks. He throws some awkward kicks from time to time. But when it comes to him using his hands, he knows how to keep that range, man, and knows how to keep surprises going. He also has a really good grappling game, jiu-jitsu wise. Stoll's fist is kind of still trying to get his footing in there. You know what I mean? Still iffy. He does give a good fight though. Don't get me wrong. He does a lot of clinching. You know what I mean? A good level of clinching, some good strikes. His output is all right. It's nothing crazy, but it's hard for him to maintain that output from time to time. But I like this fight. I would lean more towards Mearshart on this one. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
that. I'll lean towards Mearshart on this. Yeah,
It's
I
just
think
very
Mearshart's
difficult,
been
man.
through it.
It's difficult because GM3 is a BJ black belt, really good submission artist on the ground. And you give him a chance, he's gonna take it, man. And so, with Dustin Stoltzov tapping the rear naked choke last time, but that was to Rodolfo Vieira round three.
Yeah,
You know, it shows you that he has the ability to be tapped out, and I don't like people who tap, so it's just very hard for me to back him. Versus the veteran GM3, I got to go with the veteran GM3 here. I think he's seen too many studs. I feel like he's been there with some crazy people, and he's shown a lot through it all. So I'm going to back the veteran GM3 here, and the odds makers have GM3 at a negative 230 favorite, so they favor him as well. I didn't even look at it. Plus 185 comeback for Dustin Stoltzov. I wouldn't be mad on someone for putting something on Dustin Stoltzov for a decision or something because he could possibly pull it off. But GM3's got way too much experience, in my opinion, and just I feel like he's going to roll possible submission. The next fight of the night is the first fight on the main card. Darren
Jesus.
the Damage Elkins taking on Cub Swanson, Killer Cub. The Damage Elkins is 26-9. He's 37 years old. He's 5'10 with a 71-inch reach. Fighting 2-fight win streak, fighting out of Sacktown, California, baby. Last took on Derek Minner, won ground and pound round two. Eduardo Gregori won rear naked choke round three, and then he lost to Nate Ranweir, Hall, Ryan Hall, Ricardo Lamos, and Volkanovski. Can't get mad at a couple of those, but the other one of them, Ryan Hall, I don't really care about. But Killer Cub Swanson's been here with the best of them, man. 27-12, 38 years old, 5'8 with a 70-inch reach, one fight losing streak, fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, out of Jackson Wink. Actually, I don't know if he's there anymore. I think he's over with Cody. Wasn't he with DJ Dillashaw and them over here in California now?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. He's training
yeah.
with the. He's
So
been
he
spent yeah, so a
Cub
lot of his time with
Swanson
Colorado. Yeah,
last took on Giga Chikadze and lost round one, kick to the body and ground and pound. Then he beat Daniel Pineda in round two, right cross. Then he lost to Chrome Gracie, unanimous decision. I mean, dude, Cub's been all over the place. I can't trust him for much of anything anymore, in the sense because I just don't know exactly what I'm gonna get. The odds makers have a negative 210 favorite for Cub Swanson, a plus 170 comeback for Darren the Damage Elkins. I would never put $210 to make $100 on Cub Swanson here. I just really can't trust him. It's dog or pass for me, so I'm going Darren the Damage Elkins probably by three round decision. We got B.
yeah. This is gonna be a rough fight. This is gonna be a real rough fight, a messy fight between these two. Elkins literally lives up to his nickname, the Damage. That man takes a lot of punishment, and he still can manage to come back in this fight. Cub Swanson, man, has improved a lot in his striking. You know what I mean? His patience, getting some of these, you know what I mean, his decision, getting his opportunities to close fights. But as you know what I mean, as you said, man, because Cub Swanson's so mixy, you never know when he's gonna do good or do bad, And Elkins has been on the street, but Elkins, if Elkins is coming on and he's coming with that pressure, if he gets a takedown, he's gonna freaking maul you with those takedowns. This guy is not a guy where, okay, I'm gonna hold you down and I'm gonna try to keep that position for the longest. No, he keeps trying to throw strikes on strikes and look to hit you, hit the Hulk smash fist and all types of stupidness. Um, if, as you said, if Elkins can get this to a decision, he can even get a late stoppage if he manages to just break Cub Swanson. But with Swanson here, if Swanson can keep distance, get that sprawl out. His sprawl's been working a little bit better. You know what I mean? As he's getting up there in age or whatever, whatnot. You get that sprawl out and start landing some of these strikes and just fight a little more clear-headed. I think he could get it done as well. But yeah, this is more so one of the dog or pass bets on this card here. Yeah, if you want to bet Elkins, you could bet Elkins, But
Yeah, definitely not a
That's when
bet.
your money will probably be. Yeah,
Not a bad
it'll be a
situation for me.
Daukaus.
I feel it's like one of those spots where you parlay them, you lose, you put Diego Ferreira versus Matthias Gamrot. You want to get into that first, B?
Sure, man. Diego Ferreira, Matthias Gamrot, lightweight fight, man. CDF, Carlos Diego Ferreira, man. 36 years old. 5'9" with a 74-inch reach. Find out of born in Brazil, find out of Texas, representing that Fortis MMA. Y'all know where all those guys are at, man. Currently riding a 2-fight losing streak. Last loss was against Gregor Gillespie in that whole comeback fight, man, where Gregor just beat that man up with ground and pound at the end of it all back in May. Before that, he had that decision loss in February against Benil Dariush, but then he beat up Pettis in UFC 246, and he had that unanimous decision match against Marbek Taisumov. CDF, good jiu-jitsu skills. It has improved a lot in his hands, but you know, wrestling seems to be his Achilles heel somewhat. Um, and boy, oh boy, he got his hands full, man. He's going up against Matthias Gamrot, gamer, 19-1. If I remember, yeah, he's training out of American Top Team. Hold up. 31 years old, 5'10" with a 70.5-inch reach. With that wrestling style, fighting out of Poland. Um, yeah, former KSW lightweight champion, if I remember correctly. Last fight he had was back in July, where he caught Jeremy Stevens with a Kimura. Jesus Christ, that was nasty. Scott Holtzman, he beat that man up. Hot Sauce Holtzman, one of the OGs too. So somewhat, but yeah, he got beat up, man. And he had that debut against Kutalalat. What? Kutateladze. Yeah, you go. Um, Hamzat's training partner there. Good striking, good wrestling, nasty KO power. Real good submission game as well. His grappling game is really nice, really really nice, and he's got a wave of like popularity with amongst the people in the MMA community. This fight here, yeah, it's gonna be Diego Ferreira going up against his mortal enemy wrestling here. Um, CDF got to try to turn this into the grappling aspect, more so jiu-jitsu, somewhat. Try to keep this standing a little bit. Mix it up. Pretty much just try to mix it up. Um, Mateus is fast. Mateus's grappling is really, really serious. His wrestling game, he's freaking strong. But more so, he's more aware of what he has to do to win fights. Um, Aware of the opportunities. You can't make a mistake. He finds his openings. He will close. He'll shut the show. You know what I mean? He closes up in style, man. Um, Carlos Diego Ferreira got to run for his money. Um, could he get the win here? Yeah, if he tries to mix it up. He got to mix it up and try to break Gamrot, get Gamrot really tired. But the problem, as I said, because Diego Ferreira's weakness is really good wrestlers, man. I'm leaning towards Gamrot on this one, man.
Yeah,
Gamrot probably get this by a finish, either decision or mid-early finish, something like that. But yeah,
yeah, good breakdown there, man. I'm going with Matthias Gamrot as well versus Diego Ferreira. Both of them are BJJ black belts, which basically kind of cancels out each other for me. But the wrestling and the striking of Matthias Gamrot is a little bit better to me. He's stronger. He's gonna be a little bigger. I like this guy, dude. He's out of Poland, 2-fight win streak, like you said, ATT Florida with the best training partners. Been really, really impressive on this 2 wins. You take out Jeremy Heathen Stevens and Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman, two veterans who are just not easy to take out. I'm all about this, man. I'm all about Matthias Gamrot here, and I'm going to be throwing down the money line on him. Right now, Five Dimes has it at a negative 185 favorite, so we're putting down 1.85 units on Matthias Gamrot's money line to win $100. So 1+1 unit when he dominates Carlos Diego Ferreira. I feel like Matthias Gamrot's BJJ cancels out and equals or better than Carlos Diego Ferreira. and then the wrestling and the striking for Matthias Gamrot is just better, man. And Carlos Diego Ferreira's stand up is just non-existent. So hopefully we'll cash that bet later in the week. So stay tuned for Saturday tweets. The next fight of the night is Rafael Santiago is taking on Ricky Simone or Ricky Simon.
Yeah.
I can never tell which one you wanted to say, Simone or Simon. Simon, right?
Simone.
So Rafael
Yeah.
Santiago is 27-8, OG veteran, 39 years old, man, getting super old. 5'8", 5'5", with a 66.5-inch reach. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. Jesus. BJJ black belt, loves to go on the ground. I mean, that's his thing pretty much, but he will strike with you. Last fought Cody Garbrandt and lost to right hook round 2. You know how bad that looks now? Cody Garbrandt or Corey Sandhagen, he lost unanimous decision. Not so bad. Marlon Moraes, you lost guillotine choke round 1 and you're a black belt. It's gross. But he beat Rob Font unanimous decision, but I don't know how much you take from that, you know? This is a very interesting matchup, man. I mean, the odds makers have what do they have for these odds makers? Sorry, 1 second. Simon's a negative 285 favorite. Fuck, that's crazy. That's a little steep for versus a veteran. Plus 225 comeback for Rafael Santiago. Oh man, I feel like Ricky Simone is going to be the one that's going to win. I feel like, but that money line is a little steep. He definitely is more athletic. He definitely has a chance to put him on his back and do whatever he wants with him. So I'm going to go Ricky Simone, but I don't like that money line. What do you say about it, B?
Yeah, I lean towards Simone as well, man. I like a Sunsao because a Sunsao likes to, he likes to be spoiler. He likes to be spoiler. Some of these guys where you think he's gonna lose against, he ends up winning. But nowadays he's up there in age, man. He's up there in age, and he's getting touched by some of these fighters, Ricky Simone's wrestling though, that mofo is first of all, Ricky Simone is fast as hell for the division. He is very freaking quick. We got to be alert on this. This man's a bantamweight. He's out there moving like a damn flyweight. You know what I mean? Just really freaking
Seriously.
quick.
Yeah.
But his grappling skills are A1. His wrestling is A1, man. And these little nifty moves he likes to make. His little feints and little hops in and out reminds me of like a lighter weight class Clay Guida almost. You know what I mean? Yep. And he just has those heavy takedowns, those heavy double legs, or he wants to bust out a single, whatever he wants to take you down at, he'll take you down. You know what I mean? So I'm leaning more towards this guy here. I think he's gonna go in there and try to work a Sunsao. A Sunsao is more known for making a really fast fight, a really slow fight, leveling it down to his pace. Where, he's going to wait for you to make the wrong moves and take advantage of those. But I think Simone's had enough experience in the UFC where he's like, you know what? Yeah, we're not going to do that. And he's going to look to really just blow right through Rafael Sunsao, man. I hate to say it, but yeah, it's going to be that way.
Yep.
It's definitely going to be
that way.
Yeah.
Kick your bass laughing over there. What are you laughing at, my dude, Ryan? The next fight of the night is Amanda Lemos is taking on Angela Overkill Hill. I'm gonna let you get in this one first, B, because I don't know about this one.
Angela Hill versus Amanda Lemos.
Yeah.
Quick analysis.
Break it.
Amanda Lemos. I love Angela Hill. She's foxy. She's mad cool on social media. Mad cool. Props to her again that gig at doing the analysis. The analyst work on the fight cards. You know what I mean? But Amanda Lemos is gonna run roughshod through Angela Hill, man. I'm sorry, dog. You want me to go more in depth? Okay, hold on.
No, you don't gotta go. You don't gotta get too crazy because we ain't betting it.
Lemos, 34 years old, 5'4" with a 65-inch reach, man. Repping that Marajo Brothers team out of Brazil. We said 11-1, 10-1. Amandinha. Yeah, you go. Let's go, man. Montserrat Ruiz. She got cold cocked in the first round in 35 seconds. That was back in July. Lavinha Souza. They cut Souza. Souza's been cut by the UFC now. But after that last fight against Marcos. But she got beat by a power jab. That was in March of 2021. Mizuki Inoue. She fought her last. That's the legendary grappler Mizuki. beat Mizuki in 2020. You know what I mean? Miranda Granger got choked unconscious back in 2019. You know? And this is a girl who used to fight as a bantamweight. She fought Leslie Smith as a bantamweight. And she's now fighting as a strawweight, people. You know the last time a person went from bantamweight to strawweight? She became the champion. Her name is freaking Jessica Andrade, you know what I mean? So she's going up against Angela Hill, who's 13-10. Overkill Angela Hill, you know, she's out here trying to live that cowboy Cerrone life, taking whatever fight she could take. Represent Alliance MMA, 36 years old, 5'3", 64.5-inch reach. Find out in New York, New York, you know what I mean? So I got love for her, but as I said, man, this is not the fight you want to be taking. Last fight, she lost unanimous decision to Tisha Torres, which was a rematch from a few years back. That was in August. She beat Ashley Yoder back in March of this year by unanimous decision. Then she had those two split decision losses in really close fights. I think she got robbed in the Claudia Gadelha fight, but that's just me. There's a lot of other people who feel so too, but yeah, that's true. But the Michelle Waterson fight, I think Waterson edged it split decision back in September of last year. As I said, major improvements in Angela Hill's game. Always trying to stay active. She getting that footwork going, you know what I mean? She's working really good with her striking. The Muay Thai is alright, but she sometimes is a little on and off, man. She can't do that with Lemos, and I think she's gonna give Lemos the opportunities to go in there and play Hulk smash with her. You know what I mean? Everything Amanda Lemos throws has power behind it. Look what I just said. A power jab beat up Souza. Come on, man. You seen what happened with Ruiz? She threw that one head kick. The head kick got blocked. And we heard the head kick. The head kick still had Ruiz confused, man. So, you know what I mean? It's going to be that Lemos, man. Lemos is coming in here, and I feel bad, but she's going to destroy man, Angela Hill, man. I feel that way.
You think
I
she's gonna
feel
finish
that
her?
way.
Or
I don't think Hill gets. No, I think she's gonna get finished, man. I think she's gonna get finished. I think so.
drop down to now 115. She's big, strong, long. Done a lot of things. Angela Hill, though, is the veteran here. She's been in there with the best of them. She's gonna
Yeah,
have a lot of experience, so that's what Lemos is gonna have to overcome. But it's the size difference that's really gonna be
yeah,
significant. Amanda Lemos, just to me, is gonna be just way stronger, used to fighting with bigger people. But you can't
yeah.
doubt Angela Overhill kills. So, like
No,
for you people who do like Angela Hill, you know, for if you want to bet Angela Hill by decision, it's plus 430, plus 500 around. So if you did like her there, it'd probably most likely be decision. Um,
yeah. Lemos
I'm
got
going
a
with Amanda
jiu-jitsu
Lemos
game.
too.
Yeah,
I think Amanda Lemos is
yeah,
just a little too tough and a little too rough. So with that
yeah.
said, we're moving on to the co-main event of the night, the second to last fight. We have Stephen Wonderboy Thompson taking on Bilal Muhammad. Stephen Thompson
Oh,
is 16-5-1. He's 38 years old. He's 6 foot with a 75-inch reach. He's on a one-fight losing streak, fighting out of South Carolina. Last took out lost to Gilbert Burns unanimous decision where Gilbert Burns smothered him like a blanket and just prayed for his life he could keep him down, and he did. Then he beat Jeff Neal, the unanimous decision. Then Vicente Luque, who's a stud, unanimous decision. Then he lost to Pettis, which was an absolute lucky joke punch that Pettis landed. And then he lost to Darren Till. So Thompson's been there with the best of them for a long, long time. He has good takedown defense. He has good cardio. He has good everything. The only thing that Wonderboy Thompson doesn't have is like the heart of a killer. He's not someone who wants to break someone's face and watch them bleed out, and he is not someone who wants to smash them
yeah.
unconscious and watch them fucking die. He's just a nice guy. That's why they call him a nice guy. But Bilal Muhammad here, remember the lane Muhammad is 19-3, 33 years old, 5'11", with a 71-inch reach on a 5-fight win streak, fighting out of Rufus Sport MMA. Bilal's a little bit undersized here, man. Stephen Thompson's been in there with some big motherfuckers, dude. I mean, we're talking about at best, Bilal Muhammad's 5'11". We're really gonna say he's 5'10". Um, Thompson's taking out Jeff Hands of Steel Neal, who's about 6 foot. Vicente Luque, who's 5'11". Um,
Yep.
Rory McDonald, he's beat George Masvidal. Like, dude, the list just goes on and on about the record of Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. It's very hard for me not to favor Wonderboy Thompson here because I told you experience overall. Negative 240 for the money line for Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. So that means you got to put $240 to make 100. It's a little steep, but I feel like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is the right side. Plus 193 comeback on Bovada right now for Bilal Muhammad. I feel like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's been there with the best of them. His takedown defense is too good. His striking's too good. I feel like he's going to just dominate. 3-round decision. He's the gatekeeper. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson wins by decision. What do you say, B?
Man, this is a good fight, but I think you know what I mean. A good fight for Bilal to try to move up in the rankings. But yeah, I totally agree with you, man. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson has literally been there with the who's who of the division. Like, you know what I mean? This guy's near 40 years old and he's still at the top of the division. He's sitting in the top 10 of their division right now, still. You know what I mean? Bilal Muhammad, not to say that, you know, he doesn't have good skills. He has good, you know, jiu-jitsu skills, good, you know, grappling, wrestling wise. He's one of the guys who more so in Rufus Sport uses takedowns and whatnot. I think now he trains a little bit with Sanford. I could be wrong. I think he does. Because I know Jared Gordon does. So he might be doing a little something, something here with Sanford a little bit. But I know he's with Rufus Sports still. Um, he has a different array of kicks. He has that, you know, game. He knows how to fight. He knows how to throw his range stuff. I just think Wonderboy Thompson just brings too many tools to the table. Even though, you know what I mean, if anything, Thompson just got to have his takedown defense on point in this
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Because Bilal will look to try to get a takedown in here. And if Stephen Thompson just does what he does best, he wins this one by unanimous decision. Or if he's going to bring in some killer instinct, we might see a KO or
Yeah.
TKO. Who knows? But
Also,
I'm going to lean towards Wonderboy. Say it. What did you
Also,
say?
people forget Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's such a decorated striker, and no one thinks he has a ground game. I'm telling you, this dude was trained with GSP. He's trained with Chris Weidman. This dude is a BJJ brown belt under Carlos Machado, and that is no fucking joke. So now we have BJJ brown belt over a purple belt fighting. It's every single spot. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson has the edge, and it's very hard for me not to favor him. If Stephen Boy Wonderboy Thompson was a little bit better on the money line, I'd bet him. I'm going to bet him probably
Yeah.
personally negative 240 is a little steep for me to throw out on the show, but especially for the
Yeah.
fact that Bilal Muhammad is such a G and I like him. So I'm going Stephen Wonderboy Thompson by decision or possible KO TKO, like Mr. B said.
Hmm.
But the next
Yeah.
fight of the night is the reason why we are here. Derek, the Black Beast Lewis takes on my boy, Chris Daukaus, one of the Daukaus brothers, baby. The Docklings, 12-3. Chris Daukaus, 32 years old, 6'3", with a 76-inch reach. He's on a 5-fight win streak. BJJ base, BJJ black belt, absolute stud, man. Fighting out of PA, Pennsylvania. Shout out to Allenstown, Pennsylvania, where the Copenhagers are from. Shamil Abdur Kamimov.
Abdurakhimov.
Yeah, he beat him round two, right cross to ground strikes. Then he beat Alessi Olenek, the old man, round one, who a lot of people had trouble with. And then Rodrigo Nascimento hooks round one, UFC Fight Night, and Parker Porter as well. He's been finishing everybody no matter what he does. This is one of the rare times where you got two of the brothers who are absolute studs. Chris Daukaus, Kyle Daukaus, absolute huge fans here. I love Kyle Daukaus. I think he's the real deal. I love my boy Black Beast Lewis as well. He's got KO knockout power at any time, anywhere in the fight, and that's scary. But with this is mixed martial arts, and Derek Lewis has been walking the line for a long, long time. He's on that green mile walk. He's been walking the line. So I'm going with Chris Daukaus here. I'm throwing down $140. 1.4 units on Christopher Daukaus to showcase mixed martial arts. Take the Black Beast down and sub him with the BJJ black belt game. So let's go. What do you say about this fight, B?
This is gonna be a really fun treat, man. And yeah, yo, Derek Lewis, you know what I mean? He had that fantastic win streak until he fought Cyril Gahn. And, you know, Derek Lewis is a very mysterious fighter, man. Where
Very.
there's nothing really special about him, but he does special things. You know what I mean?
Yep.
This is a guy who's hard to keep down unless you got a really good pedigree of wrestling or some form of grappling. Um, he's a guy who carries his power throughout every round of that fight. You know what I mean? So the KO will be there, but you just gotta be aware that the KO is coming. So you gotta really be on your p's and q's when you fighting him. But Chris Daukaus, man, Daukaus has looked fantastic so far,
Amazing.
and he's gotten lighter. He's gotten lighter for his career. You know what I mean? He's a little bigger. He got a lot more leaner. But he still carries that power. More so, he carries that technique. You know what I mean? Of just good footwork and moving and cutting the angles and creating angles for his shots, creating those punching combinations, those finishes. You know what I mean? And yes, he has a BJJ background. You know what I mean? This is one thing we don't pay attention to because he's always striking. As we just talked about Wonder Boy, Daukaus could grapple, but Daukaus is KOing people. You know what I mean? And that's one of Black Beast's biggest problems. Um, but I think in order to get that done, Daukaus is gonna have to he's gonna have to dance with the devil a little bit and try to punch that man Derek Lewis up a little bit, light him up a little bit. Get some good shots to the body because we see Derek Lewis get hit to the body. He don't like those. Get some body shots in there, mix it up because I know he could do that. Tire him out and then go initiate those takedown attempts. You know what I mean? Try to go for those. If it's Derek Lewis, you got to try to bang, man, and fight smart. If you're Derek Lewis trying to KO Chris Daukaus, you got to set things up. It can't just be that one big power shot. You got to have 2 or 3 shots, you know what I mean, to set up that big shot, But this is a good fight. I love that. I love Derek Lewis, man. My
I
balls
do
is
too.
hot. Where
I
my
know. I
balls are
love him.
feeling that.
He's a good
But
person.
This might be Daukaus' show up fight for sure. This might be Daukaus' fight, man. I'm gonna have to lean towards Daukaus on this one. Daukaus has done fairly well, and I said it. When Chris Daukaus and Tom Aspinall eventually run into each other in this division, it's gonna be fireworks. But till then, we get to enjoy Chris Daukaus doing work here against Derek Lewis, and I think Daukaus will get that win here on Saturday, man. Yeah, I believe so.
The sweet dude. Well, with that said, man, we both have Daukaus here, even though we love Derek Lewis. And with that, I'm gonna go rewind on the bets that we have here. We have Chris Daukaus here on the let's see, negative. Sorry, I love when my screen just glitches. Negative 140. So we have 1.4 units on Christopher Daukaus to beat Derek the Black Beast Lewis. We have Macy Chisone to win by decision. Zero point 0.5 units we have on her at I believe it's plus 280. I don't want to look that up exactly.
Yeah.
So either way, zero point 0.5 units on Chisone. Then I have 0.5 units on Charles Air Jourdain to submit Andre Ewell. The odds were just way too crazy, and I just feel like we got to do it. So we have 0.5 units on Charles Air Jourdain to win by submission, 0.5 units on Macy Chisone to win by decision. Then we get into the money lines. We have Matthias Gamrot. Right now, I believe it was. Hold on a second. Negative 185. 0.185 units on Matthias Gamrot money line, $185 to make 100. And to finish off the night, we have my boy, Chris Daukaus, one of the Dockling brothers. He's going to dominate. $140. 1.4 units going down for Cope's Corner to devastate the Black Beast, Derek Lewis. I appreciate every single one of you guys here tuning in to me and Mr. B. All the likes, subscribes. Please go to the YouTube at Cope's Corner, KOPSKORNER. Subscribe.
Yep.
The first 100 people, subscribers, will be entered into a raffle, and I will pick one person to win a Melon Brand luxury hat, which will be over $50 to $60 in value. So make sure you guys do that. But with that said, that's Lewis versus Daukaus this weekend going down on Saturday. But there's a lot of UFC and a lot of MMA and boxing going down this weekend. We have Jake Paul versus Tyrone Woodley 2. After Fury ducked out, we now have a whole new thing going.
Yep.
We got Darion Williams versus Frank Gore, a basketball player, football player. That's going to be fun as well for the last fight. Amanda Soriano, amazing woman boxer, co-main event versus Marion Gutierrez. I got Amanda Soriano all day to whoop that ass. And then we have Jake Paul versus Tyrone Woodley. Tyrone Woodley does not throw enough punches and bunches. He doesn't throw enough volume. All he cares about is money. He's so whack. He got a tattoo of a guy's name on his hand, and now he's fighting Jake Paul for the second time after he didn't do shit the first time. And so I'm going with Jake Paul here again. I feel like this is all about money. It is not even real. Jake Paul going to defeat Tyrone Woodley this weekend, so don't even put your money on MMA, guys. What do you say about that fight, B?
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's getting booked again. I don't know. Unless Tyrone Woodley doesn't get his head out of his ass, man. I think, yeah, I believe that Jake Paul will win this fight, man. But we gotta see, man. I hope Tyrone Woodley could knock him out. That would be so great. You know what I mean? But
So you
I think Jake Paul
you
will
have
probably
Jake
get
Paul
it.
too as well, Mr. B. It's like I said, it glitched out on my side. You got Jake Paul?
I think I'm gonna take. Yeah, I think I'm a ride. I'm a ride. Know what? For humor purposes, yeah, I'm gonna ride with Tyrone Woodley. I'm gonna ride with Woodley in this
Ah,
one.
he can't
Ah,
bet against his boy. But hey, we got one fighting championships also coming down. What is it?
yeah,
Friday
Friday.
at
Yeah,
5:30
Friday
a.m.
morning.
Pacific time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you jump on to Haps TV. Tune into my man, Mr. B, the MMA guy. He'll have you
Yep.
on for one championship, have you on for UFC, have you on for whatever you need to be. But thank you so much, my
Yep.
man, Mr. B, the MMA guy. You want to shout out your
No
Twitter
problem, dog.
handle before we go?
Oh, sure, man. Catch me, man, Mr. B at Mr. B 1986 on Twitter. Mr. B, the MMA guy here on Haps. Oh, and don't forget Sunday, Donald Cerrone versus Craig Jones, man.
Craig
At
Jones is gonna
the
whoop that ass. Don't even worry about it.
I'll
Hey,
be airing that too on Sunday, so
so
be on
it'll
the
be
lookout for
fun.
that. Yeah,
So we got Friday with ONE FC with Mr. B early in the morning Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 p.m.
yeah,
8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Friday ONE
yeah,
FC. Then we got
yeah,
Saturday. We got the UFC baby. Then we got Jake Paul
yeah,
versus Tyrone Woodley later. And then we have
yeah,
Sunday. We got Craig Jones versus Donald the
yeah.
Cowboy
Oh yeah,
Cerrone and
and
BJJ.
tomorrow they got the Fight Pass. They got the Fight Pass
Later, kick your bass.
Invitational. They
Fight
got the
pass what?
Fight Pass Invitational. Some joint
Oh,
with a $25,000 grand prize,
nice.
and a bunch of folks are gonna be competing on that on Fight Pass. That's tomorrow, so I'll be airing that too tomorrow. So
Nice.
yeah,
Well, thank you for that. And with that said, man, I
yeah,
appreciate all you guys like, subscribe, and tuning in. I mean, me and Mr. B do this for free, and all we do is cash bets. Like we said
facts.
last week, cash 2 out of 3 bets for $200, zero point 0.2 units. In the week before, it was 4.5 units. So all we do is win, baby. So make sure you tune in next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my boy, Mr. B, in the KOPE, doing what we do. So let's fucking go, baby. Tune in next